fun enough editing as it used to be.
Renée, thanks so much for joining us today. Let's start things off with your recovery, because I know you've been struggling with injury for a little while now, but I hear you're back on the pitch and back in full training.
Yeah, thank goodness. So, it's been a long time. Probably been for a couple of years now since I last played a match. So we had a friendly at the weekend and I got some minutes in that, played half a game. So yeah, it's just so good to be out with the girls on the grass and feel sort of really part of the team now. So yeah, it's been a long time. So yeah, just kicking a football is just amazing.
Awesome, no, good to hear that. Let's delve into your story and your journey, of course, because you started as a youngster with Watford and then went away and come back again. So just talk us through your journey.
Yeah, that's right. So I played for a couple of grassroots teams, sort of local ones, Stevenage, then I went over to Enfield and then got scouted by Watford when I was about 10 or 11. So I came over to play for the under-12s, and around that time you could play for two teams then, one on a Saturday and Sunday, and then I had to pick. And of course I picked Watford, who was a centre of excellence at that time. And then sort of played up until I was about 20 at Watford, all through the age groups. Then I went over to Spurs for 3 good and successful seasons. Had a very short stint at Charlton, and now I've been back since January 2019, hoping to soon get my first actual cap since I've rejoined. So yeah.
Yeah, it's been a crazy couple of years, hasn't it? How have you found it, obviously, battling the injury as well?
Oh yeah, it's been super difficult, especially trying to recover during COVID. I think for a large period of my recovery, the season had been null and void, and we weren't actually in with the group and in with the club. So that was quite difficult, trying to sort of, battle through that alone, essentially, with the hospital and stuff. But I'm just so grateful to be back with everybody now. And of course I've had a few setbacks. I've had another surgery on my tonsils and stuff like that. So yeah, it's definitely been up and down for me, but I think now I'd like to think I'm on the straight and narrow.
Yeah, well, certainly looking forward to you making that appearance. Let's talk about football for you, obviously something that's a massive part of your life. Did you always want to be a footballer?
Yes and no. When I was younger, I sort of had a few things going on. So I did music, did athletics, and I did football. So it was those 3 things really, and I tried to put my all into them. But ultimately, when it got to the point where I had to sort of pick, as I was sort of getting to 17, 18, I ended up picking football. So it was clearly the thing that I loved the most. So.
It's amazing to see now, obviously, with like the WSL and the exposure that women's football is getting. How difficult was it for you to become a professional footballer in the women's game? Those obviously not too many years ago, but obviously it's been a very rapid progression and journey, hasn't it?
Yeah, it was super tough. I think it's just crazy how much it's expanded now, especially since the World Cup. I think when we won bronze, I think since that moment, women's football has just really taken off. Obviously, when I was younger, we was playing in local parks on really boggy pitches, sort of paying our own subs and sorting out our own kit and stuff. So just such a rapid and positive change so quickly is amazing, and I'm really grateful to still be young enough to still be able to enjoy part of that as well. So yeah, it's incredible.
Who inspired you growing up born to be a footballer?
Yeah, well, obviously I grew up watching mainly men's football because there wasn't women's football on telly. There just wasn't. So I grew up as a Chelsea fan, so I loved sort of the likes of Frank Lampard and Drogba. I didn't actually start off as a defender. I was a striker, so those were sort of the players that I watched a lot. But from the women's game, I think it was really important to me as a young player, that even though I didn't realise it at the time, to see people that looked like me. So I really sort of enjoyed growing up watching like Alex Scott, Rachel Yankee, sort of Anita Asante. I tend to just be drawn to those players. So yeah, I remember going to watch them when they played for Arsenal and stuff live. I think it was about a £5 for me to get in back then. So yeah. Yeah,
that Arsenal team was quite pioneering, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So I remember there's all those names that started to become in the media. It was great to see at that particular period. Talking to some more inspirational women, Helen Ward, of course, Welsh international, is in that Watford team. If I'm right in saying she's got a better goal scoring record than Gareth Bale. How amazing is it having someone like Helen in the team?
Oh yeah, she's awesome. She's a top captain. I think she's somebody that really leads by example. She's not, you know, the most out there and the loudest character on the team, but she really does just lead by example, and the girls like to follow in her footsteps and always look to her when, you know, things aren't quite going right. So we've had a difficult season. She's always been there for us and always given us positive words to help us stay motivated and stuff. So yeah, it's a pleasure to share the training pitch with her, and hopefully soon I can share the playing pitch with her as well.
Massively. Just a quick word on this season, of course, because it's been a difficult season, but you guys have made such an amazing jump to obviously move into that next league up. That's not an easy move. How's that been for you? Obviously, it's been tough watching from the sidelines, but the mood in the camp and how everyone's reacting to that.
Yeah, well, obviously it's been a season of up and downs, to be honest. So there have been some difficult moments, but there's been some highs as well. I think at the minute the group is in a really good place. I think the confidence is slowly starting to seep back into the group. And I think we'll start to see some positive results. I think our performances have been much better, sort of keeping the ball much better on the ball. And yeah, I think we can really go on and achieve some good things this season and climb the table. It's been difficult because you know, I've had experience in the Championship, towards the bottom, towards the top end. So I just like to sort of help in a way where, even though I haven't been able to help on the pitch, but my experience is off the pitch, just trying to sort of guide maybe some of the younger players and stuff, and sort of keep the group morale high.
Amazing. And just finally, there's going to be younger girls watching this that maybe want to follow in your footsteps. What advice would you give to them?
I would say that a football journey is never a simple and sort of a straight line up to success. There's always going to be up and downs, bumps in the road, probably get a few rejections along the way. So it's super tough, but you've just got to really have that self-belief, because if you put your mind to it, then you really can achieve wonderful things in this game. So you just got to keep going, and I like to think you just need to take the small wins as they come. I think especially as someone who's been through a tough injury, sort of little bits of progress, even though you're not right where you want to be, you have to still celebrate the small wins along the way.
Amazing. Renée, thank you so much, and we look forward to seeing you on that pitch very soon.
Thank you very much. Cheers for having me. Thank you.